there are many different ways to define a brand, but when it comes down to it, it comes down to two main components. So yung first component ng brand is your identity. So your identity is anything that can be used to mark your products or services na katangi-tangi kumpara sa ibang products or services sa merkado. The second part of it is your reputation. So your reputation is anything that people say or think about you, even when they're not using your products or services. So when you combine those two things, it builds your brand. Or when you talk about brand in the Philippine context, diba? Yung word natin para sa brand, tatak. So when you think about it that way, yung tatak mo is anything na tumatatak sa utak ng mga tao. So it becomes the things that they remember and the things that make you different in their minds from other brands or products or services. So why should entrepreneurs be thinking about their brand? So I work in advertising and we work with a lot of multinational companies. But when you think about your brand as your identity and your reputation, nagkaroon siya bigla ng mga practical na application that even local businesses can benefit from. So what are these benefits? So number one, it makes it easier for people to want to try you when you have a good reputation and when you're memorable. When people hear about you and become curious, it makes it easier for them to approach you and be open to trying you even though they've never done so before. Second benefit is, it helps people remember you when they want to recommend it to others. So say meron kang bagong negosyo and someone tries you and enjoys your products or services. Pag gusto ka nila i-recommend sa ibang tao, it helps na katangi-tangi yung branding mo kasi mas natatandaan nila pag kinakwento nila sa mga kaibigan nila or sa mga taong pwede ring maging customer mo. Another benefit that a brand can help give a business is it helps you decide where to focus your investments, especially when you want to start scaling your operations. So when you start thinking about your brand as your identity and your reputation, when you want to be famous for something, it makes sense to invest in it. Pero alam naman natin bilang mga negosyante na we don't have all the capital in the world. We have to make good decisions where to put our money in. So you should only invest in things that can help build your reputation and help your business become more memorable in the way that you want it to compared to the other options in the market. A fourth benefit that a brand can give you is it helps make you different from all the other businesses that are out there. So, diba, yung mga example ng shampoo or sabon, pare-pareho silang shampoo, pare-pareho silang sabon. Pero pag kinabitan mo na ng identity and reputation, for example, a brand like Sunsilk, it starts to make it different from all the other shampoos out there present. So that's the fourth benefit you can get with your brand. It makes you different. It makes your products and services different from all the other ones na medyo kalapit nung ino-offer mo. And then the fifth practical benefit that a brand can give your business is mas dumadali kang balik-balikan pag naaalala ka. So remember, people don't have a lot of time to think about brands in general or businesses. Pero pag natatandaan ka nila and there's something about your product or service that makes it different and distinct from the other ones that are present, it makes it easier to keep coming back to you pag gusto ka na nila ulit, i-try or gamitin. What are the practical ways entrepreneurs can apply branding to their business? So there are two main components to this. The first one is how you create it or paano mo binubuo yung brand mo. The second one is how you apply it or paano mo ginagamit yung brand mo sa negosyo mo. So let's go to the first one first, how to create your brand. So to create your brand, you can ask yourself two questions. So the first question that you should ask yourself is, what do you want to be remembered or what do you want to be famous for? When people think about your business or pag kinakwento ka na nung mga customer mo yung negosyo mo sa mga friends nila, what are the things that you want them to be saying? What are the things that you want them to remember about your product or your service? That's the first thing you should be asking yourself. The second thing you should ask yourself is, paano ko siya ipapackage in such a way na kakaiba siya from others? Because we don't want to just be remembered or we don't want to just be famous. We also want to be famous for something distinct or different. Why is personal branding important for entrepreneurs to think about? So, one of the key drivers of a business's reputation is yung reputation ng owners or leaders nito. And this is especially important for local businesses and small and medium enterprises. Especially nowadays na people can easily Google your product, your service, and they can Google who owns it. It becomes important to take care of your personal brand when you're growing your business and when you want to make it more attractive for people to try. When you think about your personal brand, how you think about it in relation to your businesses is your reputation helping your business become more appealing and become more distinct compared to the different services that are out there. A business owner has a good personal brand when it's able to help his business become more famous and become more different versus the other products or services that are out there. So how do you start thinking about your personal brand in relation to your business? How do you start thinking about how to align your personal brand with what your business's brand is? So it's very simple. A couple of questions that you can ask yourself is, number one, what is it that I am famous for? What is it that I am famous for? When people talk about me, when people think about my products and services or the things that I have done in the past, what is it that they say about me? Second question is, does it help my business? Does my reputation make my business distinct? Does my reputation make my business more famous or more memorable compared to the other products or services that are available? Maraming salamat sa panonood at naway maging mas matagumpay pa ang negosyo nyo gamit ang mga natutuhan nyo tungkol sa branding.